Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, politicians from around the world. That's right, because I'm the bloody vice mayor of Bacchus Marsh. Welcome. Episode number 46 coming to you hot and heavy. Snags in Adelaide this week. The Globetrotter of the Run It Back podcast. That's what I'll call myself.
Before we jump too far into the podcast, we need to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors, Humble Fightwear, is an Australian jiu-jitsu brand that celebrates one of the most important parts of martial arts, becoming humble.
Look, boys, you all know that Snags absolutely loves this brand. And if they can make a five-stripe five-stripe bloody rashi, I'll be wearing it till the hills come home. But I'm wearing the white one. That's for sure, because I'm never going blue belt, baby. Look, Stoney, tell me where you can get them.
Look, Sugar Snags, you can head to their Instagram page and give them a follow, or go to www.humblefightwear.com.au and help them spread the good vibes one purchase at a time, boys.
And for being amazing Run It Back listeners, the legends at Humble Fightwear are giving you 15% off your entire order. Snags, tell them how they do that.
Look, obviously go to the website for one, check. For two, chuck in the code word RIB15, RIB15. Get yourself 15% off. And then, if anyone also, just random challenge, anyone wants to bloody roll with Snags, if you can tap me out in under 5 minutes, I'll buy one for you. That's for sure. So send those challenges through thick and fast, because Humble is the brand you want to get behind, boys. That's for sure.
I think we might get Humble to put that on their socials.
Don't know if you should do that or not, but I'm keen. Throwing it out there. Snags is bloody ready to roll, okay? 5 stripes. Bring it. So we all good and ready to go for game one of RIB Family Feud.
Ready.
So I'm going to read the question, and then you got to buzz in with your thing. Whoever buzzes in first gets to obviously go first, okay? Now, boys, this week I've gone something just to kick us off. I've gone broad and I've gone specific to our market, okay? So, in my best Steve Harvey impersonation, name something related to the sport of MMA.
Look at Snags.
Oh, Stoney.
The cage.
The cage. Cool. And so that's actually, you've got one right. That's actually number 10. Deal.
Okay. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go Conor McGregor.
Oh, he's got Conor McGregor's number 7. Deal. This is working better than the Book of Snags. Segment 1. Deal, would you like to play the board?
I'm going to pass.
What do you mean?
I'm going to pass it to Stoney. So I'm going to try to steal it from Stoney.
I don't know if that's how it works, but I'm going to.
Conor has stated going back to his old approach to training when he became UFC featherweight champ. What was Conor's best weight?
The one when he won the belts. Look, I'm happy for him to fight wherever he wants, to be honest, as long as we get some banging fights. And yeah, I got no answer from Snags.
That's a cop-out answer.
Welterweight. Heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
Open weight.
Yeah, open weight.
Catch weight.
I don't think he's actually dropping down, Snags. I think he's just taking his training back to the bare essentials from when he used to be in the featherweight division. So he's definitely not dropping back down to featherweight. Is that correct, Dale?
That's correct.
Statistically, he was by far the best version of Conor McGregor was at featherweight. That's where he had his rise to fame, where he won his first belt in the UFC. I actually think Conor McGregor is better at lightweight, but his competition is so much more. So it's easy to say he was better at featherweight. I think he's actually more suited when he puts a bit more weight on. It's just his opposition, it's at a much higher standing. So I hope to see him still at 155, 170. But yeah, would love to see him get back into the winners column at some point.
So myself still occupying that space. So that's okay. That's okay. So I had a fairly decent card, and I took Malaki, O'Malley, and Francis Ngannou, and yes, I took Woodley, and I dropped that one, and I'm okay with that. I am super okay with that. So anyway, fuck you to all the haters. Third, Stoney. Yeah, Stoney only got Luke. Was it Luke? Luco?
It was, yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Look, it was a bit of a brick of a card, but even Michael Jordan put up a few bricks in his career,
That's
DL.
true. I like it.
And what did he say? I've failed over and over again, and that's what drove me to succeed. So this is just driving me to be better.
I
So
love
watch
it.
out, Sugar Snacks.
I love it.
And you want to improve, Stoney's coming at you from this week.
I
That
love
was
it.
me all last year, mate. That's why I'm fucking killing it.
You didn't drop any Jordan quotes though. You got to respect the champ over here, mate. Respect the champ.
What champ?
Statman. Solid card from the Statman. He got 3. Served him right. He went against our boy Malaki and he took Worthy and he paid dearly for that. He could have had a 4th there and closed it right up with Snags. So coming into first place, so DL got 12, Stoney's on 13, Statman's on 15, and our boy Sugar Snags with I must say, a perfect 4. Missed out on the bonus point, but Snags, well done.
Boys, are we not surprised? Are we not surprised? Look, I actually was a little bit, to be honest. But champ reigns supreme, the king of the jungle. So, boys, Snags stats for this fight is a bloody doozy, to tell you the truth. Our boy Yusuf, obviously, if you drop 1 F from his last name, he would have a matching name to legendary singer Yusuf Islam, better known as Cat Stevens, boys. So how can you not get behind the old father and son? And that's why Snags is tipping him, to be honest. So I'm going after him. Yusuf is my boy, and I'll be singing some Cat Stevens when he gets the victory. That's for sure. How good are these stats? It took me ages.
I missed the stat.
DL, I am so inspired by these stats. I'm going to drop one of my own. If you drop one of the Fs off his last name, he would still be called Yusuf.
Correct. That's the thing. That's why it works.
That's good.
Arnold Allen, one of the most underrated fighters on the roster, boys. He's had a couple of big fights against Jeremy Stevens, and the second one escapes me, but they fell through at the last moment. And if he had fought them and got up, he would have had a big push, boys. But both of those fights fell through. So definitely not sleeping on good old Arnie, but I'm also on Yusuf. Nigeria just seems to be all the momentum's with them right now, and I don't see it stopping here. So Cat Stevens all the way.
Cat Stevens, it is.
The main event, Marvin Vittori versus Kevin Holland, boys. Now, Snag stats for this one is going a little bit into the bloodline, a little bit deep into the old family. That's for sure. Okay. Marvin Vittori, 3 siblings in that family, boys. You wouldn't guess it. He's actually the eldest. That's the stat. Eldest of 3. So I'm just thinking his whole life he's just absolutely beat down on the two younger brothers. That's for sure. And Kevin Holland for me this week, this fight looks like the younger brother, doesn't he? He obviously does, and that's why I'm going to take Vittori, because he's got the sibling power in this fight, and he's going to display another beatdown, boys. He's going to go to 17-4. So Vittori for Snags.
At best, he looks like a half brother. DL, just want to clarify that. The biggest of Vittori's victories came last year when he beat Jack Hermanson, which coincidentally enough, that spot opened up because Kevin Holland withdrew. Kevin Holland then came back and ended up fighting Vittori's original opponent, Jacare Souza, and that became Kevin Holland's biggest win of his career. Now these two boys cross paths, and honestly, if I hadn't have seen the Derek Brunson and Kevin Holland 2 weeks ago, DL, I would be picking Kevin Holland, but I can't erase that from my memory. Marvin Vittori, he is a legit, contender. He's right up there. I still remember him pushing Israel right to the very clutch of that fight. I cannot tip Kevin Holland just based off recency, what we saw. It just was very off-putting. I hope he bounces back because he had a wave of momentum, but Marvin Vittori for me, mate.
That's right, boys. The second best voice in MMA behind Sugar Snags. Bruce Buffer just gave it to us. The main event, and our boy Robert Whittaker versus Kelvin Gastelum. Boys, another one. When we talk about snag stats with the Aussies, they're usually close to home. So just a bit of FYI for the fans. Whittaker and Snags used to pay our same rates to the same council. That's right. We used to live in the same bloody area. That's before Snags decided to up and move to Melbourne. basically neighbors, basically best friends. I'll let your imagination run wild, but just have you know that Snags and Whitaker come from the same pedigree, baby. That's for sure. So anyway, into Snags' pick. Obviously, going to pick the neighbor Runio, Ned Flanders over here. Going to pick Whitaker, and I think he's going to get this one done by decision. Okay, I think it's going to go the 5. I think it'll be an absolute tactical bang fest. But I don't see Whitaker, especially off the back of his last fight. I don't see him getting done. I think he's just really ramping back up in his stride, and I'm looking forward to the fight with Izzy after this one, boys.
How many photos have you seen of Izzy's face? He goes, here's Izzy's last 5 fights, and then his face with the Gastelum fight. I think we're going to see something similar. I think we're going to get Whitaker busted up a little. Calvin Gastelum loves a scrap. Loves a scrap. And he's hard to get down too. So we'll see. So we'll see if those rounds with Tim Tszyu pay off. Whitaker, we talked about this in the last podcast with JJ. We talked about Whitaker getting rounds in with Tim Tszyu. And for anyone that saw the Dennis Hogan-Tim Tszyu fight, I think that uppercut nearly split Dennis Hogan's tongue in two. So let's see if Whitaker can do the same to Calvin Gastelum.
For sure.
Boys, it's been a dry couple of weeks since our big win in the podcast. Unfortunately, Sugar Snacks has been setting us astray with his leg.
Did anyone else lose last week?
No, just you.
Just me last week.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row.
Jeez. No, I didn't lose with the only leg 2 weeks in a row, did I?
Yep.
Gotcha, okay.
Yep. I hate to point the finger, but DL, I'm pointing squarely at Sugar Snags because translate some of that good predictions you've got on the podcast into the boys multi.
No, you should be tipping MMA, not NRL.
Mate, come on. I don't need that kind of bloody negativity in my life, boys.
Well, boys, the bank balance currently sits at 524. I know it's been a couple of dry episodes, but we are bound to get back on the winners list soon. So this 4-leg multi today, I'm going to kick it off. I'm our $10 investor for this week. I've been playing a little bit of golf lately, lads.
Oh, no, we're not going to the stick and ball, are we?
On to the stick and ball. So I've been playing a little golf lately, and it's got me really, really interested. So I've been watching a little bit of the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
And this week, one of the majors kicks off. So we've got the Masters, Augusta. Very prestigious event.
Very.
I'm liking our boy Jordan Spieth at the moment. I reckon Jordan Spieth's got some form heading into this tournament. So I'm going tactical, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's about $13 for a straight out win, but I'm going to play tactical. I'm going to go for the top 5 finish with Jordan Spieth. $3.75, lads.
Oh, not too bad.
Good money. It's good money.
How long does the tournament go for?
4 days.
4 days. We got to ride a bloody one leg of the multi for 4 days.
Yeah, but it kicks off tomorrow. So
okay.
like it'll finish by Monday morning our time.
Okay. Sweet.
So yeah, Jordan Spieth, top 5, $3.75.
Oh, nice bet.
Thank you. All right, our next one is Stoney.
Yeah, just to commemorate all the boys jumping on Bobby Knuckles, I want to throw it on the nose for Rob Whitaker to get it done against Calvin Gastelum, paying $1.40 deal.
That's a wrap on episode 46, boys. If you like what we're doing, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the podcast. If you would like to support the podcast even further, you can jump onto our online store and purchase one of our supporter tees. That's episode 46 of the podcast, boys. I'm producer DL.
I am Vice Mayor of Bacchus Marsh, Sugar Snags.
And I am the stat. No, I'm not. I'm the.
Sorry, I'm Stat Snags.
And we'll run it back with you all on the next Run It Back podcast.